Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Make the Jump here from the BrickCityBlockade.com podcast network. It's another great episode of our Jedi Code series here between Brick City Blockade and Rebel Chatter. Caden, as we continue on here, my friend, this is one that I'm absolutely fascinated in. I think our listeners are going to have some really, really deep thoughts about this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The next section of the Jedi Code that we're going to be focusing on this evening is there is no chaos, there is harmony. Now, when I first digest that section, the first thing that comes to mind is, finding peace within a situation of chaos is really one of the greatest strengths that any person or Jedi can have. To be that voice of reason, to be that inspiration, to be that cool head within a chaotic situation is so important. It's so easy to fall into chaos, but really to find that harmony within whatever situation it is that arises that is chaotic, it really sets you apart from the average person. How you deal with chaos it says a lot about your character as a person. With me being a chef, I literally work in chaos.
Right.
The kitchen is one of the craziest places. Now, most people see like Hell's Kitchen and stuff like that.
Mm,
And I got to be honest, it's not too far off.
right.
That really kind of is how it is. And, I am very good at thriving in that chaos because I find that inner harmony, that inner peace that really allows me to keep a clear head throughout that. Whether that, my biggest thing is when you're faced with these crazy situations and you feel like you're about to get overwhelmed or get angry, upset, whatever it is, you take that breath, breathe, just breathe. And
Mm,
that can really make all the difference. Just center yourself, and you can really get a good grasp on a situation when you are the person that has the clear head. You're looking at all these other people. My point of view is obviously from the kitchen, or honestly from Rebel Cause events as well.
mhm.
Um, I've had situations where everybody else is freaking out, like, "Oh, are we ready? Are we ready?" I'm like, "Listen, it's gonna happen, and we're gonna do it right." But freaking out is not the way to go. It
Yeah.
really is not, because when you approach a situation with harmony and peace, you're going to be more focused. You're going to get things right, if as opposed to if um, you approach it chaotically. You're more likely to mess up. You're more likely to make a bad impression
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Robin, what are some of your thoughts on this, buddy?
I think that the big thing surrounding this quote from the Jedi Code in this main section here is the concept of yes, there's harmony, but you need to have chaos to allow harmony to thrive. You need to have chaotic moments to put into perspective. I have to get through this if I want to live in a more harmonious place. Um, Harmony isn't just a positive thing. Harmony can be negative too, mattering how it affects your life. You can have a harmony of very great things that happen, and then you feel fantastic. Everything's going the way it should. But harmony could also mean on a more darker side, much like the Force. There is the light, there is the dark. Luke says it in The Last Jedi. You know, there is some light. Always is there the dark. Um, Harmony also involves chaos, and chaos can be harmonious in some ways too. And you can't just have one or the other. There has to be a balance in between the two. And even though the quote may say there is no chaos, there is harmony. Harmony encompasses everything. That includes chaos and all the good of the world. And it's how we use it. Like you said, Caden, a great example of being in the kitchen. It's pretty close to what Hell's Kitchen shows, and it's pretty close to what we perceive as chaos. But once you're through all that, there is harmony, and it allows for harmony to thrive at the same time. And I think for every walk of life, every person who decides or becomes part of this grand journey, the main piece to pull away from this is that even though you may feel stressed out because there is chaos in your life, you have to remember that you have to get through that if you want to be harmonious and you want to be able to experience life in harmony with the rest of humankind and with those who you care for and are passionate about.
Oh, absolutely, man. And you know what? When when you come out of a chaotic situation and you know that you kept your head in all that,
Mm,
it is a great feeling. You know, to really know that you stayed at peace during whatever the chaotic situation is
mm,
such a beautiful thing, really. And it really, and if anybody takes anything from these series that we're doing, it's not that, you know, we're trying to cram this down your throat that, you know, you need to do all these things. But honestly, I have, you know, Star Wars is really my religion. And
mm,
I've taken this Jedi code and really analyzed it, which is exactly what we're doing now, and really tried to apply some of these things to my life. And it has made a lot of positive changes. You know, we talked about it through every line of the Jedi code. You know, being at harmony in chaos is one of the greatest things we can do as a person. You
mm,
know, to taking these chaotic situations, like I said, and being that person that keeps their head is an amazing thing. And I would honestly really advise people to, you know, to take a look at their day, and like if you know you have a crazy point of your day, you know, whatever it is at your job, whether it's coming home, you know, to your kids or your wife, you know, whatever it is, that whatever part of your day is a little stressful for you, really look at it from this point of view now and think about this when you come to that situation and honestly see if it doesn't make a difference for you. Because I mean, that is the real reason we're doing this. We're trying to help other people, you know, in our community. And whether it's through, you know, our homeless outreach, or just talking about positivity and unity in the community, or it's taking these Jedi code, you know, segments and really applying it to your life. So I would honestly advise everybody to really just study this and understand what it means to be a real life Jedi.
mm. There's so many different aspects to the Jedi that Kate and I have explained through this Jedi Code series, and why it's all happening is because we feel that the community needs a voice for these things. We feel that the community maybe has lost their way at times. You know, the community is
Yeah.
very good about being passionate about each other and our voices and sharing that out. But there are times when we drift away from that. And sometimes we're not here to say that we're the only people that are saying this and it's the only one you should listen to. No, we're encouraging others to have these discussions. Maybe there is that one person in life that's really struggling with their living situation and they're not sure about themselves. That's the person you need to go to and say, listen to this series because maybe you want to do a series after about how you were able to come through all the struggles in your life using this method. Um, we're not trying to project that upon anybody, but at the same time, we want you to explore this and we want you to find a different way of looking at life that not only encompasses ideals that Caden and I believe in, and many people within the network believe in, but just as humankind reflecting upon the experiences that we've had. That is the major, major piece of this discussion. And we invite you in every way possible to become part of that discussion and unify around it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, if this can help one person, you know, that makes all the difference to us, um, for sure.
All right, Caden. I think it's that time of anything we do here at the Podcast Network. It's a little thing we'd like to call.
Plug time.
That's right. It is plug time. Caden, where can the good people find you and everything involving positivity in the community?
You can find Rebel Cause Lancaster on Facebook at Rebel Cause Lancaster and also on Instagram under the same name. You can find our podcast, Rebel Chatter, which is the official podcast of Rebel Cause, at rebelchatter.com and at Rebel Chatter HQ. And if you want to support the cause, you can find us on Patreon at Rebel Cause Lancaster.
Awesome. You guys can follow me over on Twitter at Mr. Vote Tweets. Please make sure to head on over, follow me at the official vote over on Instagram. Head on over to www.brickcityblockade.com for everything that encompasses unity is community and everything happening in a galaxy far, far away. You know the deal. Head on over to iTunes, hit that subscribe button. Go over to Google Play, do the same thing. Subscribe, rate, and comment, and make these discussions possible by sharing it out with those who you feel could really make a difference in the community and those who just need that little thing in their day to make it all possible. Thank you guys so much for listening. More on the way very, very soon. Keep on with the positivity and the grand message. And as we always say, may the force be with you.
Always.